Welcome to Lycomingfootball.com, the game before the Albright game. It's homecoming this Saturday, and it's 1:30 start this Saturday. Talking to head coach Mike Clark. And Mike, couple questions that don't have anything to do with about the past games.
Yep.
What do you know about the work going on out here at the stadium? The parking lot over here is kind of nice behind the food area and everything. And are they supposed to have that parking lot done? Or?
No, that won't be parking, John. The new part. Now there's still some, I think, some zoning issues potentially there. I don't know all of the specifics, but in terms of the additional parking, what we've added is what's going to be added for now, and I think that'll become more of a green space along with in the entryway. So, but certainly opens the area up and gets some cars off the street, which I think on a regular basis is great for the neighborhood, and hopefully I think it's a win-win. It doesn't solve game days necessarily, but it does a lot to solve problems 95% of the time.
Well, it does look a lot nicer coming into the stadium. I was wondering, you're going through the football season, but you have another job as the athletic director.
Yep.
And how do you juggle the two? I mean, I'm sure you're going to say it's good that you have a good assistant athletic director to help you out, but it seems like a little mind-boggling to me.
Well, yeah, John, it's a struggle at times, but Joe Gustina is outstanding. You just have to trust the people that you work with, and so Joe's a great start, and is phenomenal in terms of really the everyday operation of the athletic department, and then from a football standpoint, Coach Weiser's been at it a long time and is outstanding at what he does, and Coach Brisson from an offensive standpoint is also very, very good at what he does, and you just. If everybody had to wait for me, then not a whole lot would get done. So you just trust those guys, and it's time consuming. But if you just again trust your people and delegate, then it tends to work itself out. But it's a challenge for sure.
Yeah. I was over at the Albright game. Albright Wilkes. Albright is, as you know, a good team. Puts 400 yards per game on average. I guess they average over that. More passing than running, and what do you know about number 7, Devron Clark? He had a great game last week, 9 receptions, 193 yards. Yep. He breaks loose. He's a fast runner.
Sure. No, John, they're athletic. I mean, look, they're a good team, and if you go back to the preseason, the coaches poll was really balanced. I mean, we were the number 1 choice in the league in preseason, but narrowly. I mean, Albright was really the 4th place team, and they had only 1 less first place vote than we did, and Lebanon Valley didn't receive any who just beat us. So I think the conference is really balanced, and Albright's certainly one of the better teams in the league who, could, in theory, could also be, they could be in first place by themselves with a couple of really close finishes against Stevenson and Del Val.
Yep. Running attack, Tyler Hughes averages almost 100. Hughes, I guess maybe it's Tyler. Almost 100 yards. I guess you can't really just depend on shutting down the pass and hoping for.
No, Ty's a good player. Yeah, he's a big physical back, and they're just a really experienced team. I mean, when you look at them across the board,
a lot of seniors,
a ton of seniors, and a number of fifth-year guys somehow. I guess unfortunately in the past they've had a lot of guys that have had season-ending surgeries that are back for 5th years, but. It is what it is. Very heavy senior-laden team. They have 10 seniors on defense, a bunch more on offense, and they're a good team for a reason. So, we certainly need to continue to have a good week of practice and play at a high level because, they could have beaten Delaware Valley, and their Stevenson loss. Their Stevenson loss is probably, but it was. It's maybe some questionable calls that impacted the outcome of that game too. So, what are you going to do? But in the end, you are what your record says you are. But they could easily be, the only undefeated team in the conference.
Yeah. Homecoming, and how has the team been coming along? I know you had some things you wanted to work on. over the week and a half?
Sure.
Any advantage of having an extra week to prepare for a team like Albright?
Yeah, look, I would be lying if I said having some extra time didn't benefit us, John. But I think the real benefit with the time of our break would be more mental and physical, just in terms of catching the break and trying to get as healthy as you can be, and just trying to catch a little bit of a break. We came in on August 14th, and so it was really 8.5 weeks or so before you had a day off. And I know our players are off Monday, but they still have school. As coaches, we don't take days off, right? We did catch one last Saturday, but we were back on the field on Sunday. So it's the advantage, I think, is just being able to refocus and regroup and recharge physically and mentally, as well as improve fundamentally, so that hopefully we can play at a higher level this week. We did some Albright stuff last week, but not a ton. We did a lot of things against each other and really just tried to get some people some experience. I thought it really benefited us.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Are we, final thing, are we into what we call all the games are like playoff games?
Oh, I would say so, yeah. I mean, look, it's
if you lose,
absolutely
goals for the year are done.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to lose, which is not really the way we want to approach things,
no.
You would need a ton of help.
The other way, you got to keep winning.
Yeah.
Playing. Going through the
right, yeah, no, I mean, John, it becomes even now we don't hold the control completely. If there'd be some tiebreaker things, and it's just really complicated right now. Fortunately, some of the other first place teams still have to play themselves, but it won't matter if we don't win. So from our standpoint, we need to win this weekend. We've spoken about that, and it's not often you can have a conference with a 2-loss champion. It's possible. We did it a couple years ago, but it's not the situation that we'd like to put ourselves in, especially when we were the only no-loss team for a while. So we want to do our best to avoid that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I have a great feeling about this team. I know they're better than what the record shows right now. And 4 games to go, and winning out is highly probable, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know if probable is the right word. It's possible. I mean, it's certainly possible, John. But we'll take. Listen,
I had a little iffy feeling about Lebanon Valley.
Well, I did too.
Get through the 3 games.
I did too,
but I don't have that feeling right now.
Nah. Well, it's just better. I mean, I think everyone's refocused a little bit. But there's no. We knew when we looked at the schedule that it wouldn't be easy, and we beat 2 very good football teams prior to losing to Lebanon Valley, and defensively we played well enough to beat Lebanon Valley. Offensively, obviously, we struggled for a number of reasons. I don't want to say too much, but I think we're in significantly better shape offensively now than we were going into Lebanon Valley, and I know that mentally we're all better. It's hard. We beat 2 really good teams. Absolutely. That were both down to the final minute, and it's not just like you don't just appreciate that and move on. Like
energy drainers.
They really do. But look, Lebanon Valley's 5-1, and they're a good team. And fortunately for us, they still have to play Delaware Valley. They still have to play a good Albright team at Albright. They still have to play Stevenson, who's a good team. Delaware Valley still has to play Lebanon Valley and Widener. Widener still has to play Delaware Valley. So look, it's
wide open.
Yeah, there's a ton of things that that have to take place, and we just have to worry about us. And we gave up control to some extent, so we want to do our best to maintain the parts that we do have this week.
Yep. Okay, well, good luck Saturday, and we'll see you there.
I appreciate it. Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Okay, yep, bye.
This has been a production of Lycomingfootball.com.